we don't like pats on the back. I think Ireland are a team that we haven't had a benchmark against. We felt we've been properly beginning to climb in terms of the level of performance that we've had in the first couple of games, and we just wanted to go out there and play and continue to create a habit in terms of the intensity that we play with. And that's the reason you see some errors from both sides, because we're trying to push the boundaries in the way we're trying to play, and we want to play, and we want to put pressure on Ireland. I think the average number of tackles we talked about was over 200. Every team has had to make in the last 6 games against them. That's the All Blacks, Italy. It doesn't matter who plays them. What's coming. The forwards had to make over 152. If that's the correct number in each of the last 6 games. So that's what you have to come, and incredible performance from Leo to go the 80. But I wanted to keep his leadership on the pitch because there was so many moving parts. So we look at errors, we look at the things that we can't do well. We live in an immediate world. It's another stat. It's another easy article for lazy people to write about Italy if they want to. But we're a proud nation, and like Ireland in the 90s, we'll continue to build. And if I don't give a hoot if it's not with me, I just want to do what's right for Italy, create good habits, create a good structure. And when I see, you can't buy what I saw on that pitch today. Do we not want the errors? Of course. Discipline. I think we've already heard over here. You're allowed to play the 9 underneath the posts. That's fair game. But those things go against you sometimes. It's we were on the wrong end of the count today, but some of them were right. Our fault. Jacob Stockdale's first try. You don't give away that on international level. So they're things we control. I said it after the Welsh game, and someone said how terrible the Welsh were after winning 11 games in a row. And I know they made changes. And Dan Bigger, who was mesmeric last night in the last 20 minutes, was been slammed. We live in an immediate world, a sensationalist world, and you have to understand that when you put your neck on the block like Leo Geraldini does every game, when you do what we do. But that's the world we live in. But it's brilliant. You wouldn't swap it. You wouldn't swap the week we've had. You wouldn't swap going up to town on Monday, training with the under-20s in Amatrice and seeing what proper challenges are like. If you want to see what proper challenges are like and live your life, we have a privilege here. We have a responsibility. And we will keep on working, and hopefully we'll get a bit of luck as well as executing ourselves. So that's what I look back on. And it's a discredit to our team to be just saying it's all. Did Ireland make mistakes? We'll probably look at the kicks that we missed, the length of kicking. I bet you there'll be some wizards who would have been able to kick the ball longer out in that wind today. If you go out in the middle of a beautiful Roman day and you look at the swirling wind that was there was a reason why Johnny and Tommy and those weren't able to kick the ball long. Not because they're not world-class players, it's because there was a bloody wind that was swirling all over the place. So I'm sure there's loads of mistakes that people look at. I just want to focus on these fellas always, and it's easier speaking and getting my point across in English. I try so hard to get my point across in Italian, and sometimes I lost. But these guys are an incredible bunch of people, but we have a lot of tough days and a big climb ahead, but we're climbing.
Conor, notwithstanding my colleague's question, in which you replied to in Italian, I was curious what you thought about Kearney's block, and just specifically, you looked as if you were interfering over the post. As importantly, the decision to kick at the end to go to the bonus point, there was a lot of confusion there. That was you came to the sideline, did you, and said, I want the bonus point. Was that correct?
Correct. And we're just chatting. I never, ever will say, but there's a raw passion and emotion at that last moment in the game, and sometimes it's a bit like taking a player. If Ian gets it, if Jacob Stockdale has gone the length, but that's my decision. So, in my mind, even watching yesterday's games, I'm watching the end of the French game, watching them score a bonus point in the 84th minute, and going, well, if they don't get 5 points. We can bring them here. We get a bonus point today or the next day. We can actually leapfrog them. We're always looking. You're always looking for what can happen. But these guys, in terms of replying, the only reason he asked the question in English was so I could understand it. I was always going to reply to it in Italian. It's just my Italian is not very good. No, it's just we have to just move on now and focus. just keep on driving. We'll have injuries again from today. That's the nature of the beast, and we'll get some players back, and we'll dust down and get ready for Twickers.